with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. Beautiful sunshine, a little bit cooler today than what it was yesterday. We have a cold front that's working its way down through the state right now. And a lot of our cities to the south of us, about the southern third of the Lower Peninsula, still looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Matter of fact, Detroit is coming in right now at 55 degrees. Ann Arbor's at 56. Adrian is right now at 56. Jackson, 54. Mason is at 54. Monroe, 58. Mount Clemens is talking 58 degrees. So all of those cities definitely warmer. Big Rapids, to show you the difference, over on the west side of the state where Battle Creek is 54. Big Rapids is coming in at 38. As of right now. Ludington is at 36. Mount Pleasant is currently at 39. So that gives you an idea where the front is. It's working its way down. Right now, Matthew, out at MBS International, what are we looking at?
Currently, over at the airport, it's sunny at 46. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 43. Here, Radio Center, it's sunny at 46. We have north winds at 16, gusting up to 26 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.73, and it's rising.
Those northwest winds, they're going to be around for a little while anyway. And then tonight, they'll be coming out of the northeast. And for a good part of the day tomorrow, as well as Thursday, we're going to be looking at an east breeze. We're not looking for any strong gusty winds out of the east. If that was the case, boy, we'd be hurting because it'd be coming right off of Lake Huron. And, of course, the lake a little bit colder than what the air temperature is. So we could have some very chilly conditions. But it appears right now as though we have reached our high for the day. That was right after midnight, as we mentioned yesterday. And that thermometer has just gradually been working its way down. By the time the day is all done, moving into the nighttime hours, we're going to be looking at a low of about 26. We were at 52 a little bit earlier this morning. 26 for a low tonight. Well, again, with a northeast breeze, 7-8 miles per hour, so that's livable. Tomorrow, 48 for a high with mostly sunny skies. There will be a few clouds here and there. The nice thing about the frontal system is it's not really bringing any precipitation along with it. It's a pretty dry one. We're being shut off right now as the subtropical jet is a little intense, and it's moving rather steadily all the way across the southern tier of states in the continental United States. So we're not getting any moisture from the Gulf. As a result, whatever frontal systems, they're coming from highs and lows that are running across southern Canada, pretty steady, right straight east from the west. So we're in between and just not a whole lot of moisture around, which is good news for some folks that would like things to dry out a little bit. Not so good news for a lot of folks that are looking at very dry conditions, drought conditions in some areas of the continental United States. And we're not looking for that to change all that much. There is going to be a system that will be moving in toward the tail end of the work week. That system is what we're going to have to contend with as we move into late Friday night, Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday morning. But in the process, our temperatures are going to be way above normal. Precipitation, there's not a lot of moisture with that particular system. We're not going to be looking at what possibly could be heavy rain or anything like that. It's just going to be scattered, maybe a little bit better coverage than a scattered type system, but still, it is going to be not a lot of moisture with it. The majority of the moisture is going to be right around the center of the low. And we'll touch on that when we give you the forecast, which is going to indicate the pathway of that particular system. Right now, the low that is attached to the front is over Quebec province that had slipped through across the straits up in Lake Superior very rapidly over the last 24 hours. We're under the influence right now of a high pressure system, which is over northern Minnesota. And that is going to be moving rather rapidly off to the east. It'll be over western Quebec late tonight and early tomorrow morning. So that's going to generate some warmer temperatures. It is going to begin with clockwise circulation to pull some warmer temperatures from the southeastern part of the continental United States. So what are we looking at? As I said, we've already reached our high for the day. We're going to have a mix of clouds and sun with a northwest becoming a northeast breeze tonight. North breeze later on this afternoon. 26 for a low tonight. Sun will set this evening at 7:38. Rise tomorrow morning at 7:53. More in the way of clouds tonight, but then they'll break up tomorrow morning. So we'll become partly sunny as we go through the day tomorrow. 48 for a high tomorrow. 30 for a low tomorrow night. We'll have an east breeze gusting up to about 20 miles per hour tomorrow, but then decreasing moving into tomorrow night. It'll be 30 degrees for a low with, I think, mostly clear skies, really. Then on Thursday, we're looking for a partly cloudy day, warmer, 57 for a high. Again, we'll have an east breeze, but it'll be very light, 5 miles per hour or less. Becoming cloudy on Thursday night, that'll hold our temperature up close to 40 for a low on Thursday evening. Now, Friday, we're going to have more in the way of clouds. Close to 70 degrees on Friday. Let's call it 68. I don't think we're going to hit 70, but there will be some cities that will. The cloud cover will continue and thicken up a little bit on Friday night. And then after midnight, there's going to be a pretty good chance of seeing some precipitation move in. The low pressure system that we're going to be watching on Thursday is going to be over the northern Rockies. What that system is going to do, it's going to drop down around Kansas by late Friday afternoon and then move up into northwestern Wisconsin on early Saturday morning. So we're going to be, as we said yesterday, we're going to be on the east side of it. We're going to be on the southeast side of it. So we're going to be warm side, which means we're going to get some breeze coming out of the southwest. We're going to get warmer temperatures, 68 on Friday, 70 on Saturday. We're going to see chances of precipitation. It'll be on again, off again. No major, just solid rain all day. But off to the west of that system, they're going to get a major snowstorm. The Red River Valley, which is the river that runs between the Dakotas and Minnesota, down into and around Nebraska and eventually Iowa, that particular area is going to get hit with some very heavy snow, blizzard-like conditions as that system moves in a northeasterly direction. We're not going to see any of it. It's going to be, if anything, liquid precipitation, and it'll become really scattered late Saturday night. So early Sunday morning, there will be a chance of seeing some precipitation around. It will be mostly cloudy, especially in the morning, but our temperatures are going to be a whole lot cooler. Instead of running close to 70 degrees, we'll be a lot closer to 50, possibly 47, 48 degrees on Sunday. So for the St. Patrick's Day parade in Bay City, it looks as though whatever precipitation there will be right away in the morning. I don't think it's going to carry on into the time of when the parade goes. But maybe some of the pre-parade activities, you could see a little bit of precipitation. 28 for a low on Sunday night. Then moving into Monday, we'll be in the upper 40-degree range once again with partly cloudy skies. Record high in this date is 68. That was set back in 1927 and tied in 1977. The record low, 0. That was set in 1948. Incidentally, the coldest ever, March the 11th, was in 1948. 16 was our high, 0 was our low. The warmest ever, March the 11th, 1927. 68 was our high. 40 was our low. Now, long range, we're talking starting off with the upcoming weekend, Sunday through the 24th. Temperatures will be running above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation pattern will be normal as well. Incidentally, a year ago today, our high was 57 and our low was 26. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Oh, incidentally, Matthew, the snowblower is coming off today in Richville. Okay, so we're ready for whatever Mother Nature decides to throw at us. I don't think we're going to need the lawnmower yet, but snowblower is, and the chains and all that stuff, they're going away. Weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions. Matthew, who do we have on deck?
Up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Those Case IH Farmall tractors, they're ready to do the job for you, whatever it is this upcoming spring. And with horsepower ranges of 35 to 140 horse, a Farmall will tackle just about any job that you really need to do. The nice thing about Weiss is they will pair you up with the right size tractor to fit your need. So anything from the value-packed compact Farmall A all the way up to the deluxe compact Farmall C and C Series, even with cabs. It fits the bill, whatever it is. Can Do comes in red. It's called Farm All for a very good reason, because that's what it does. Farm All. Available today at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Abby Terwilliger over at the Andersons. And Abby, looks like we're mixing and matching today in Chicago.
Yeah, we're corn and beans are up and wheat's down a little. Actually, they're corn and beans are old crops up 3, and for wheat, old crops down 3. So nothing too crazy going on right now in the markets. Staying fairly steady. We do have that report coming out at noon. Nothing is expected to be huge. If I move the decimal point over correctly, it looks like a difference of 12 million bushels of corn might be reduced from the ending stocks, which is a lot of corn, but not in the grand scheme of things. Soybeans going to be left pretty much untouched, supposed to. And then wheat actually might increase a little bit with the ending stock. So might be why we see it's down 3 and not up 3.
And again, this doesn't take into effect at all as far as planted acreage goes. That report comes up the end of the month. As far as the wheat goes, it really doesn't measure too much about what's going on with the wheat crop. Is it beginning to come out of dormancy in some parts of the country yet, Abby?
Yeah, definitely down south it's starting to. Winter wheat ratings fell in Kansas by 2 points to 52% good to excellent. In Texas, they actually fell 6 points. So, it's starting to come out, but it's still so early in the season for it.
Yeah, obviously everybody down in that part of the country is looking for rain. It has been so dry in a lot of those spots. You really wonder how the wheat crop has handled the dry conditions. And then they didn't get a whole lot of snow, and it got really cold down there.
Yeah, so definitely a few obstacles for them to hopefully come out ahead on. But it'll take a little bit before we see what the impact was.
And again, what's the adage? How many lives does a wheat crop have? How many times have we killed it off?
Yeah, we'll start calling it the cat crop.
Yeah,
How many
there you
lives
go.
can it have?
There you go, the cat crop. So right now on the board, what do you have, Abby?
Right now on the board, old crop corn 436, new crop 391, old crop soybeans 966, new crop 950, old crop red wheat 480, new crop 510, old crop white wheat 510, and new crop 550.
You take care. Have a good day, okay?
You as well, Terry.
Thank you. Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now. The Market Report brought to you by Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Great place to dine in, especially with the Friday night fish fries and all the other events that are coming up. And it's not too soon to be reserving your table for Easter. You really want to take a look at that, especially the Easter breakfast, which has always been traditionally a highlight at Krizak's house. Also, if you've got to supply the food for an event coming up, here's the telephone number you can use not only to book that food for your event, but also book that table for the upcoming events. And don't forget, Mother's Day will be here before you know it, too. 989-894-5531. Corner of Cass in Michigan on the south side of Bay City, Krizak's house. Market Report also brought to you by CMR Tractors in Millington. Stop by and see Bob and his line of Coyote tractors with financing rates at 0.99% up to 72 months. That's CMR Tractors in Millington. It's the only Coyote you want to see crossing your field. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Tariff fun and tariff games.
Tariff talk.
Yeah, now
the dollar's down a little bit today, 0.5%. So that's probably helping out some of the commodities a little bit. They say the market is just in a slight correction, not a bear market. So nothing to jump out of the window yet. Citi downgraded the market. I don't know if they're on target for that, but we'll see. Southwest said they're going to add a baggage fee. That raised their stock price 9% today. So that's kind of interesting. What else? Oh, Trump's going to buy a Tesla to help out Elon. It's going to take more than one Tesla to help out Elon Musk.
I don't know, but one Tesla is a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Put a lot of money in the economy, I'll tell you.
Just name it Tesla One. That way you can pay for it.
There you go.
So that's, I don't know. It's got that stock up $9 today. Not a big deal. Kohl's had their report out. I don't know if it was earnings or just came out and were whining, but they said that's going to be a tough year. So it drove their stock down to $9.30. That's a low, and that's kind of like a 20 or 25-year low, or maybe even longer than that. So they're in rough shape. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I don't want to see another Kmart, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, here's your numbers.
What about Delta before we get into the numbers? I had heard something about they were downgrading their projections. Delta Airlines.
Yeah, down 7% today.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're still sitting at 46. Their low was 37, and that was back in August. So, yeah, of course, they're off. They're off almost a $70 price tag, and on the 22nd of January too. So that's less than 2 months ago. It's down a third, something like that. So.
Well, maybe Comfort Plus will cost less, huh?
Oh my. Oh boy. Well, here's your numbers. The May corn 476 up 4 cents. September corn 452 3/4 up a penny and a half. The May soybeans 1016 up 2. September soybeans 1014 3/4 up 1 3/4. The May wheat is 559 down 3 1/2, and September wheat 589 1/4 down 4 1/4. The crude oil is 66.52. That's up 84 cents. Heating oil is 221.73. That's up 3 3/4 cents. Gasoline is 213. That's up 3.2 cents. Natural gas is 452 1/2. That's down 2 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.4476 Canadian. That's up by 41 ticks. The dollar buys 147.57 yen. That's up by 31 ticks. The euro's at 109.17. That's up 85 ticks. It's getting a little expensive and costly for European exporters for sure. And the dollar's at 103.40, down 57 ticks. All the metals are up today. Gold's at 29.24.90, up 25.50 an ounce. Silver's 32.96, up 59.5 cents. Platinum's 981.30, up 14.50, and copper's at 4.76. That's up 9.3 cents. That's a pretty good move.
Yeah, not bad at all. Doug,
there you go.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
I will. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Lots more coming up. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And if you've contacted your nutritionist or local feed dealer, you might want to tell them to check in on Exceller Meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been putting it together at Quality Roasting since 1991. So check them out. Quality Roasting of Reese. Coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Vic Hupfer from Freeland Bean and Grain.
But first, this.
There are two types of to-dos. To-dos you want to do and to-dos you gotta do. Hopping on your Coyote tractor to plow a little patch of heaven on your land is a want to do. But flossing before a dentist appointment so they don't suspect that flossing is a never do? That's a gotta do. For all the to-dos you want to do, check out the many models of hardworking Coyote, CS, CX, and CK tractors. Available with up to 72 months financing at 0.99%. For the gotta do's, well, Godspeed. Coyote, we dig dirt. For all of your Coyote needs, stop into CMR Tractors in Millington today or visit them online at cmrtractors.com. CMR Tractors is your local Coyote dealer.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. Along with us right now, Vic Hupfer from Freeland Bean and Grain. Vic, it's been a long time since we've chatted. How's everything going?
Well, yes, it has, Terry, but everything seems to be progressing pretty well. We're looking at gearing up to start top dressing wheat anytime now. All the water's gone down pretty well. We're just kind of waiting for some rainfall to come behind it, or if we're going to see any more cold mornings where we can frost seed. But I think the ground's going to dry up seems like the ground's looking to dry up before we even have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm not looking at much water in the ditches right now, and there's really no forecast for moisture until we move into the weekend. And right now it looks like some of the folks have downgraded the amount of precipitation we're going to get out of this system. So it's going to be real interesting to see. It might, maybe next week, some top dressing?
I would say that's kind of my assessment as well. It looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain this weekend, but like you said, from what I've been hearing, it's not really going to amount to nearly as much as what they were figuring. Other than that, things are going pretty well. Fertilizer values have kind of settled to a number. Nothing's really moving higher, it seems like. We've seen a push on nitrogen values go up with demand, pushing up 28% prices to the 350, 360 range. And some of the other values have climbed to be competitive with that. But everything seems to be pretty well available. I haven't seen any issues with shortages. With guys who are talking with the trade agreements that are looking at going on with the tariffs, that could cause some fertilizer raising prices. I think it caused some of the prices to go up in value as a precursor to it actually happening. But I haven't heard any reports where it's looking to do a lot. I have seen one report where they're looking to cut the tariff on potash to 10% versus 25%. So I think there were some agreements made there, which will be helpful for potash price. But everything seems to be available. Sure crop fertilizers, nature fertilizers that we work with. We've got full lines available of all that. If anybody's looking for pricing, all they have to do is contact me.
Yeah, and at this stage of the game, I think that's probably the most important tip that anyone like you would want to make is farmers should be sure and keep the lines of communication open, because you on pricing and everything, with so much volatility in the markets right now as far as what's going to happen, it's all conjecture right now.
Exactly. Yeah, nobody really knows exactly what's going to happen. These things, a deal could be reached. I mean, we're pushed these things out to April now. And so, I mean, we could come to an agreement where the tariffs kind of all of a sudden just disappear. Whether that'll happen or not, I guess, depends upon the governments and what they decide to do. But like you said, it's a good idea to keep to be in touch with your suppliers, because there are some products that are going to be a little tougher to get. But I haven't seen any issues with what I've been working with my customers as far as availability. So.
Great. Vic, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And we'll talk a little bit more often now as we start moving into spring planting, okay?
Sounds good, Terry.
All righty. Vic Huffer over at Freeland Bean and Grain. Why don't we check the markets right now and see what's going on in New York? Teresa over at Baird and Company joining us right now. And Teresa, are we licking our wounds from yesterday?
We're continuing that process, unfortunately, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 336 points at 41,574, 425 million shares traded. NASDAQ is up 53 points at 17,520, 689 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 340.41, down 480, Deere 479.26, down 952. CMS Energy 72.82, down $1.19. Dow 36.56, down 84. DuPont 76.60, down 24. Corteva 60.21, down 3. General Motors 46.86, down $1.22. Trinzio 4.23, down 16. Walmart 88.93, up $1.11. Huntington Bank 14.42, down 22. Independent Bank 30.30, down 2, and AT&T at 26.16, down $1.12.
You have a good day, Teresa. Thank you so much. You take care, all right?
You as well.
Teresa DeVoe over at Baird and Company. We'll be right back.
Do you own farm property or hunting property in eastern Michigan and the Thumb that you're looking to put on the market? Michael Turner with Whitetail Properties is an experienced land specialist that can guide landowners through the successful selling process. With Michael's knowledge of land values in rural markets and access to the most superior tools and technology in the industry, he can get you the best price possible for your property. Visit whitetailproperties.com and search Michael Turner under agents. That's whitetailproperties.com.
Planting just around the corner, it's not too late to be contacting the folks at High Fidelity Genetics. Get non-GMO corn seed and soybeans that even qualify for organic production, and you can save half the cost of seed by going the route of High Fidelity Genetics. Test plots prove you do get the best for less with High Fidelity Genetics. Go online at highfidelitygenetics.com or give them a call at 515-434-7333. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. All you got to do is give them a call and check them out. They probably got the part for you. 800-234-3280 or go online at steinertractor.com. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton.